Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dana, aka Blondie Knots here on YouTube, and today I have a really fun video planned. I thought it would be a really fun idea to go over some of the props or display items I buy for markets, where I buy them, and how I make my booth budget friendly and also super cute. So this is one of my favorite topics because first of all, I love saving money. Wherever I can save it, I'm gonna do it. I love a good find, and I love making my market booth look cute. Obviously, that's very important. You want to draw people in and sell as much product as you can, while also keeping the most money in your pocket possible when it comes to your display. I have definitely collected my fair share of market decor pieces, and it's a little overwhelming to look at it all sitting over here what I'm gonna go through, but I'm just gonna show you guys some of the stuff I'm gonna be using for my spring season coming up. I did just start doing craft shows in December, so I just recently started collecting items for my market. Mind you, this was my first season, so I didn't want to go out and spend a whole bunch of money. Also, I didn't have a massive budget to go out and spend $300, $400 on just getting item supplies and things like that just to set up before I even get to sell any of my products at all. So this is just how I did it, most affordably for me and what made sense to me and my situation. So hopefully you can take something from this. Maybe I can give you some good ideas of where to shop, where to look, or even just inspiration for new setups for your booth at your markets. So if you're interested in that, stick around and let's hop right into the video. So first and foremost, before you can get any decor piece or prop, you need a table. So a 6-foot table, I think on Amazon is about $31, give or take, like the Amazon Choice one, which is the one I would have bought. I actually got mine at Home Depot one day. Me and my husband were there, and we have a veterans discount because he is a veteran. So they had a Black Friday sale on tables, and plus we had the $10% veterans discount. So I did just happen to get my table there. Otherwise, I would have absolutely bought my table off Amazon for $31. I'm gonna try to link as much as I can. A lot of things I have are clearance items, so I don't think they're linkable, but try to link it to the best of my ability so that you can hopefully shop it as well if you like something you see, or at least it can inspire you to look at something similar to that item. And if I can find similar things, I will try to link those as well for you. So first and foremost, one of my most favorite places to go get market prop items is going to be Michael's. Whether it's Michael's clearance or regular Michael's prices, they usually have a coupon or a sale, so you can always pretty much get a pretty good deal at Michael's, but I especially like to check their end of season clearance and also just their regular clearance. You can find some really good items in their clearance section for sure. So a couple of the items I have recently got from Michael's is, for one, I got this. I'm going to use this as like flower pots to put my flower bouquets in when I'm selling them at markets. I just thought this was the perfect little item to hold my flowers so they're standing upright and whatnot. I did buy 4 or 5 of these, I think, in the clearance section, and these were, I kept the receipt because I wanted to tell you guys. These were $5, but I also had a $5 off. So it took another 72 cents off because I bought some other things as well. So these are very affordable, nice, like sturdy pieces you could buy. And you could put a multitude of items in these buckets. I think they would look super cute. Or if you had some smaller items, you could put maybe some floral foam in the bottom and build up the bottom so something could be like peeking out the top of these buckets or something. So these buckets under $5, definitely a good find. I know every Michael's isn't going to have the same stuff, but that's why I highly encourage you check out your Michael's pretty regularly to see what they have over there. Another thing I got at Michael's this last season for Christmas were these 2 little bins, baskets, whatever you want to call them. This was $3 and this one was $2, and they match. Like, it was obviously kind of a set, and so I obviously got both. And I use these this season I use these to house my newborn baby bear beanies. That's a mouthful. My newborn baby bear beanies. And so I just stack them all in here, and so you could kind of like shuffle through them and whatnot, and it worked out perfectly. And then I had my mouse snugglers in this one all season, and it was perfect. So again, this was $5 for 2, and like nice sturdy baskets. I think you can't go wrong with that. Again, these were like fall clearance for Christmas time, and nothing is fall about these. Like, so I think this was a perfect buy. Oh, they actually have little things on the back, so maybe there's actually supposed to be hanging pieces. Nevertheless, I use them as baskets. But I'm telling you, Michael's clearance, don't sleep on it. Check it often. Another Michael's piece was this little ladder. I just recently picked this up. This was a Christmas piece. I don't know why. Yeah, Ashland Christmas. This was $24.99, and I got this for $3. So what I plan to do with this ladder is actually, I'm going to put it on top of my crates, I think, like sitting it this way, and then add hooks to the top, and I'm gonna hang like bucket hats from the top actually. Hopefully I will do that for this upcoming market so you guys can see visually what I'm thinking in my head, but I'm gonna put it this way. But again, you could just use it as a cute little ladder on your table, or even in front of your table would be nice. And you could hang cute little things over it or on it, whichever you like. Again, for $3, you can do whatever you want with it. Of course, also all these things you could paint, change the color of. I just got so incredibly distracted because my neighbor came out on their patio and was staring directly at me, and then also construction just started outside. So I lowered the curtains, and then I also closed the window, so hopefully none of that caught on camera before. Anyways, what I was saying was you could obviously spray paint all these items, whichever to match your aesthetic, your style. My aesthetic is more of that natural wood theme. I like a lot of neutral colors because a lot of things I sell are very bright and colorful. I have a couple statement pieces, of course, but I try to keep a lot of my stuff very neutral, very all the same color, so it doesn't take away from what I'm actually trying to sell people, so they're not like, can I actually just buy that basket instead? It's so cute. So just keep that in mind. Of course, all these things you could customize to your own personal style. My style is the wood style, so this does happen to typically work out for me, to just keep it all as is. This iron basket is another Michael's find, $2 as well in the clearance section. And I put all kinds of little plushies in here. It doesn't matter. I have these little clips, which I'm going to talk about later on in the video, but I just will sometimes clip these to the front with the price and the item on front and put a bunch of plushies in here, and that happens to work out perfectly for me. Even if you, here's my problem. Sometimes I buy things with absolutely no vision or idea what I'm going to use them for, but for $2, I thought if I pass this up, I'm gonna be upset about it, and surely I can find something to do with this basket, and it's worked out great for me so far. So it's nice to also have baskets and things that are different heights, because you know, it catches the eye, it changes people's vertical views, it just brings interest to your booth and your table, I think. So, whoop, almost dropped it. So again, $2 at Michael's. My two newest Michael's pieces, I actually did splurge a little bit, and by that I mean I spent more than $3 on them, which is not something I like to do, to be honest with you. So I got this cute little chair. This is one, like a new spring piece that they had out. I think I got it for, I took the tag off, I want to say it was $15, $14.99, you know, but I think I had like a 60% off coupon, or I had some kind of really good coupon that allowed me to justify buying this, because this obviously isn't going to hold a whole lot, but I thought to put like a little chicken sitting on this chair would just be too cute. So I did buy this. Next is this bicycle with a bucket. I'm planning on painting the bucket, I think, just to add a little something to it. But this, it was just too cute. It was originally $30, which I would absolutely never pay for this. Again, I think I had a 60% off coupon for this, so I did go ahead and buy this. And again, you could put anything in the little basket here, or this bucket does come completely out. So I was thinking about stuffing a flower bouquet in here, because it does have this piece does stay, so it would still have like you know, some structure to the bicycle seat part, but the bucket does come out if you want it to. So I thought I could do some cute stuff with this for spring. I might even paint the bike. I was thinking either painting the bike or painting this chair a different color so they're not both white. Maybe like a baby pink or a sage green or something. So if you have any thoughts on that, you let me know in the comments what you would do with these, or keep them white, whichever. So that concludes my whole Michaels segment. Again, Michaels is really good for my baskets, my buckets. They also do have the famous crates that everybody has. Unfortunately, those are, in my personal opinion, an absolute must, a staple for your booth. They are like on the more expensive end to me, only because you have to get so many. I think the first time I went, I got 4, and so it cost me $40 because they were on sale for $10. So that killed me to buy, but it does make your table look very, very nice. I think I either got mine from either Joann's or Michaels. They both sell them. This is what they look like if you haven't seen them yet. Everybody, I feel like in the crafting world, knows about these, has one at least, uses them for something. Now, I have mentioned before, if you're new here though, you probably wouldn't know, but my apartment is not huge, and so storing all this can be really challenging sometimes, to say the least. That's also why I try to get stuff that can easily fold down, easily be stored or repurposed on off season for markets. So I'm doing a market every single weekend. I don't like to store just in my living room willy-nilly. So I do repurpose these, like you can see these behind me, they hold my yarn for when I'm not doing markets. It's a great alternative. I also need extra yarn storage, so it works out perfectly for that. I have one that is just under my desk, and I have it, you know, flipped this way so I can store things on top of it, and then I actually store a couple baskets underneath it, just on, like with this on top. So you have to be careful if you don't have a whole lot of space, but these are pretty big items, and so if you can be repurposing them on off season of your craft shows, I definitely think that's a huge win. And sometimes you have to get a little creative with your storage solutions, for sure. Another great place to find market items is just at a thrift store or antique store or something like that, if you have some in your area. I unfortunately, surprisingly, don't have a thrift store I really gravitate towards out here. I haven't found one yet. I'm still like, well, I really am not new to the area anymore. I've lived here for 3 years, but I haven't found one like I did in Arizona. I had so many stores I knew if I went to them, there would be good things there for me. I don't have anything like that here yet, but when I was visiting my family in Arizona, I did pick up this cake stand thing. This one I think I will be, like you can see it's stained up here and stuff. So this one I think I will be painting, maybe white with like some flowers or something on it, or just white, I'm not sure yet. I might paint it white and like make this scallop sage green or something. I'm not really positive yet. But I got this just to add, you know, like I said, different heights to my table. This is a big space, so it can hold quite a few things on it. I thought, I don't know what I'll use it for, but it was $2.50. So again, I couldn't pass it up. It's like a steel or something, so it's really, oh, does it say here? No. But it's really well made, and so if I find something, like I said, that's well made and it's cheap, I'm probably gonna pick it up. So this is another thing I got that was great. You could get smaller one of these. I know Target has in the Bullseye, what is it called? I can't remember what it's called, but that $1 to $3, $5 section area they have. Sometimes they have cute, small, much smaller of course, but small little cake stands you could pick up to put one plushie on, one little item on, whatever you'd like. But yeah, so again, thrift stores is a great option. Speaking of Target dollar section, I did get these 3 baskets here. I can't remember if it was $3 for these 3 or $1 for 3. I feel like it has to be 3 for 3, or I would have got more maybe. I don't know, but these 3 baskets have done me very well at my markets. Another thing you can do sometimes, if you don't want to use them all as just baskets, you can turn one over. So again, you have different heights. and put something on top of a basket next to it. I did that with one of mine at my last show. It's fun to do. And again, I just clip my little chalk signs of the item on, and it's easy. Just throw things right in. And I found people like digging through little baskets and stuff. I put my bee keychains in one of them, and they did really well in that basket. So I think people also like when you have a sign of how much an item is right up front, so they don't feel intrusive almost going through it not knowing the price already. So if they see the price and they like it, they start digging, I feel like they're more likely to pick something up. So I would suggest putting a price on the outside if everything in the basket is the same price, obviously. Another dollar find from Target is just this little basket here. I don't always use all these at the same time, but sometimes I like to switch it up, have different options. So this is another great option. Not much to say about him. It's just a little basket, really. Now, since I do have a spring show coming up, specifically one before Easter even, I did pick up this little Easter basket at Target as well. This was $3. I do love that this handle bends because it makes it easy to throw in my car on the way to markets and stuff. And then when I want it up, I can just put it up without having to worry about it breaking. To be honest, like, yes, this is a great basket. It's huge, whatever, $3. Dollar Tree has these baskets too. They're a little bit smaller, but they're perfect, honestly. So it just depends if you need a smaller one, like this, look how big this one is. So if you need a smaller one, I would suggest Dollar Tree, or if you want like different colors, Dollar Tree as well. They did have blue and pink for this one. I just got wood tone because that is the vibe at my table. But I'm gonna fill this with some Easter grass and then put like my Easter plushies and things in this basket. I thought that would be a cute way to kind of promote my Easter stuff, especially because I just have one show, so I didn't want to spend, you know, a whole bunch of money on Easter props. So this was a good option as well. And then a little DIY project I did also, you know, speaking of Easter and stuff, is I took an egg carton. Let me get closer for this one. I took this egg carton, and this was one that has, like, you know, the holes in the back. Sometimes they're flat back there, but this one had the holes. So I cut out this piece from my last Muscle Milk box, and I just put it in there, and I painted it all blue and then painted these little flowers on it. I'm gonna glue some Easter grass around like where the corners meet because it doesn't meet up exactly perfectly. And I have some little baby chicks that I'm gonna sell at this upcoming market, and I'm gonna put them in here, and then I'm gonna write baby chicks across the top with the price, how much they're gonna be at the show. So in my next market video, you will see how I ended up utilizing this. But again, this was just something I already had around the house, and I won't feel guilty throwing it out after because it has absolutely served its purpose for that. So you can absolutely be DIYing some stuff for your show as well if you are crafty in that way or want to. There's always options for that as well. Okay, skipping around where to go to next. Let's do Dollar Tree, because Dollar Tree is another great place to get items at. So I get a lot of my table signs at Dollar Tree. I try to put signs out on the table to make things as easy to see the price as I possibly can. Right now I already have 3 of these. These are just little tiny chalkboard signs, and they're perfect. They stand on their own. They have different shapes too, so if you don't want square or you want them this way, I just went the other day. You can get them facing this way. You can get them vertical, whichever you choose. You can write on these, you can erase these. I would caution you to be careful though, because if you're smearing the chalk all around, trying to wipe it clean, it will get stuck. The color will get stuck to the edge of the wood, so just be cautious. Again, you could paint these edges white if you wanted to, or whatever color, but these are a great way to add little signage to your tables. I highly, highly recommend, and obviously they're $1.25 each. So it's a perfect cheap option for your table display. So I picked up 2 more of these. And then these are one of my favorite things that I get at Dollar Tree. These are like little they're called chalkboard tag clothespins. And this is a 4 count for $1.25. I basically, let me show you one that I had from, oh, this one I didn't put the price on. This one was for my pickles, and I had different size pickles in the basket. So These though, unfortunately, they don't erase, so be cautious when you're writing on these. Oh, these are actually different. Oh, I didn't even realize. You can see like these are, I don't know. This is all they had last time I was there. I do like these. Now that I'm looking at it, that's okay though. But yeah, so these are perfect little signs that I told you I just clip to my baskets a lot of the time, or whatever display decor piece I need to stick them to. But yeah, 4 for $1.25. And I would put the price on here if, again, all the items are the same price, but it definitely helps to have little signage everywhere. So these are a huge win. Dollar Tree is great for little things like that. Like I said, I get a lot of my signs there. A lot of Dollar Trees now even have like a $3 and $5 section where they have like really nice things. So I would absolutely check that out as well if you need some more props, baskets, etc. Pieces like that. Next place I love to get stuff from, Amazon. I mean, don't we all shop there? This I don't have set up at the moment. I just keep, because it's hard to store all put together, but I just keep all the pieces I need in like a Ziploc bag. This is a cake stand. So it stands about, you know, this high or something. And it's a great way to add some vertical interest to your booth. This was $9 on Amazon. It is plastic, like it's pretty, it's good enough. Like it's sturdy plastic for sure. It's not gonna bend or whatever, but this was a great little item for $9. I think personally, I haven't used it yet. I didn't have room on my last table, but I think for spring, I'm definitely gonna break this out. So this was an awesome piece. I'll link this one below. I'm not gonna pull them out now because they're huge pieces, but instead of buying a large sign to hang up on either, you know, a tent if you're going to be outside, a tent is a whole nother purchase I have yet to make. I need to make a purchase on the tent soon because I do have some outdoor craft shows coming up. I have had only indoor up to this point, so I don't have a recommendation for a tent. If you have one though, actually let me know in the comments. I haven't been already searching and looking, so I'm a little nervous to purchase a tent because they are so expensive. But if you need to do some branding and you're not going to get tablecloths right away with your brand or your name on them because they are expensive again, a great alternative to that is a chalkboard. I'll insert my picture from my last season's chalkboard here. I need to redo it before Saturday because I have a show and it's obviously spring now. So I just decorate this chalkboard per season basically with my brand name on it, a welcome on it, maybe something cute on the flip side, so as people are leaving your booth they leave and read something sweet, or like you can put have a nice day, thank you for shopping small, whatever you want on the back side. So I love having a chalkboard. So many people commented on my chalkboard at my last shows. It was ridiculous. Like, I think it helped my booth so much. Also, write that I make handmade crochet goods on there so that people know right away what they're walking into, etc., etc. So I would highly recommend a chalkboard. This one I got on Amazon. This had to be about $30, so it was a little expensive. Of course, less expensive than having to go buy a tablecloth with your name on it, a banner sign. That'll be my next thing, but right now, you know, this is perfect for me. Highly recommend a chalkboard, or at least some type of way to put your brand out there so people know walking up to your booth who you are, what you make. I think that helps you a lot off the top. And then, since a lot of my booth spaces this season were not large enough to have 2 tables at, I got this little 3-tiered stand. This was a perfect shelving unit. It folds up completely flush, so it's like this narrow folded up. I love having this as a way to display extra items. You aren't confined to just your 6-foot table. If you're not allotted enough space to have 2 tables, this is a great way to have a little more. I would recommend having some stuff that's on your shelves also on your table, because it can be, sometimes people don't make it all the way to tiered stand. I'm gonna try actually putting that tiered stand on the other side of my table this season, because I noticed when people walk in through the natural flow of traffic, they go right to the table, they look, they whatever, and then they either buy or leave. Not a lot of times do they look over at that tiered stand. So I think if I put it first, it would give you a little something to look at before the table. So I'm gonna try that out this Saturday. and I'll report back in my market vlog how that goes. Like I said, it's just a great way to get more products in your floor space without over cluttering or feeling like you're crowding your 6-foot table. This was also relatively inexpensive of a piece, I believe, or again, I probably wouldn't have bought it. And it's super lightweight. Like I said, folds up completely flat and you can easily carry it. It can't weigh more than a pound or so. It's very, very light. And so that was also a huge plus. It fits in my wagon that I haul everything into the show with. So definitely recommend that as well. The last place I have gotten some things from, and I know this website is extremely controversial. A lot of people refuse to shop it, and I understand why, and I would too if I had the extra money to spend. Sometimes $30 for a little table shelf just isn't in the budget, and so that is why some of these items I did get on Temu. I know that that's bad, and I don't want to have to shop on Temu, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, to be honest. When I get in a position where I don't have to shop on Temu for items, I'm not going to. But right now, in the season of markets that I'm in, it does make sense for my business at the moment. I'm sorry if that offends you. I'm not trying to promote Temu in any way. I'm just telling you and being honest with where I have picked up some of my things from. So with all that being said, I do have this basket I got from there. I think this was $6. This is almost like the type of tray you put on your coffee table. It is small, like it's pretty small though. I was thinking when I purchased it that it was larger, but it does hold quite a few plushies or whatever you need it to hold in there. It just adds a little something, and so this was a nice little find. I have gotten my tablecloths as well on Temu. They just come like this. They're the fitted spandex tablecloths. They're like $11, I think, which is really good. I do think on Amazon though you can get cheap tablecloths as well. So try to look there first before you order them on Temu, because if you can get them on there for a good price, I would definitely recommend getting them there. This one I actually didn't like. It's like too pink for me, so I have white ones and I have champagne ones as well. So this is just an extra one I have now that maybe I'll be able to do for like a Valentine's Day show at some point. But yeah, I just have it extra, but they all fit really nice and snug on the 6-foot tables. They look really good. They're washable. I've washed mine before, my white ones, so it works out really well. So for $11, this is a pretty great purchase. They have a bunch of different colors too as well. I like to put my tablecloth down on the table, and then I like to put a table runner on the table just to add some textures. I got this, I think this was also $7. It's gonna fit my table perfectly. I know this because I have a burlap one I got for the Christmas season off of there, and it worked perfectly all season long, and I'm definitely gonna reuse it next year as well. So that's gonna be really cute, I think, with my champagne tablecloths I just got for the spring season. So I'm excited to actually lay that out and see how it does look. This I got for maybe $4.98, I think. It just holds my scrunchies on here. It's perfect for what it is. I did have to end up hot gluing this piece to the pole, whatever this is, because it was flying out, and like this thing does kind of do a little spin in action and stuff. But I will honestly say a lot of the things I buy from Temu have come and been perfectly good quality. I've really had no complaints about anything. I'm gonna insert a picture because I have it packed away in one of my bins, but this is my keychain ring I got from there. I think this was $5. I love it. It spins. It's really cute. Kids especially love to spin this thing around and pick something off of it. So I definitely love this keychain holder. Another thing I got off of my Temu haul was this. I believe this is a coffee mug holder. It's supposed to hold all your coffee mugs, but I put headbands on here for the winter seasons. I did that. For spring, I might hang some earrings off of here or keychains as well. This was another great little purchase. This one was probably $7 as well, something in that realm. It was definitely relatively cheap. It doesn't store as well because some of these come out, but I try not to take them out because they were pretty hard to get in there. So it's kind of an awkward piece to store. I don't like really think this is 100% necessary, but I did buy it. So I have it for whatever I want to use it for. I did also actually hang my mushroom ornaments off of this for my Christmas season, and that worked out really well too. So you could hang ornaments off of this if you're getting this for your winter shows. These are really what I like to get off of Temu. I have 2 of these. The other one's packed away. It's a 3-tiered one, I believe. But as you can see, like, look how well this stores up. It's so thin, it's so lightweight. It's really perfect for your table, honestly. And it just folds out like this. And it's perfect. I mean, this one's really quite tiny for a tiered stand, but these are really nice to put like a crate set up here, and you just, I don't know if this one fits. No, my other one though fits inside the crate perfectly. So I actually put my chickens in there so they like line up in 3 rows perfectly, the chickens do. But this one I'm just going to use this season for actually my succulents. Like, I'm gonna put them across like this. I feel like that's gonna be so cute. Like a little plant stand almost, like literally using it as a plant stand. I think that's what it's supposed to be anyways. So there you go. You could also like hang little things off the side or put your plushies down here. I don't know, whatever. This was, again, probably less than $10. So I did buy it. I know. I feel bad like talking about what I got off of Temu on here, but again, I'm just keeping it real with you. Last but not least, from Temu, I did get these 2 placemats. I think this was $4 for these 2. I set these up just to add more texture to my table on top of the fact I have the table runner. Sometimes I set these down, sometimes I only put one. Sometimes I pop one like on top of a crate and it just sits up there on the crate and it looks really cute as well. What I did last season actually is I put this placemat on top of the crate, and then I put this on here, and then I had my little frogs in there. My frogs came out so cute, and I just put those in there, and it honestly worked great. I also put this placemat down and then put my book. I should have brought the book out. If you're selling bookmarks, I would highly recommend like buying a book, and then I put the placemat down, I put the book down with the page opened, and then I just lay the bookmarks across the book, and I feel like that's a really cute, good way to sell your bookmarks. They sell really fast like that. I think people like to see the fact that it is going to be long enough for the book. It lays right there. It's just a cute automatic visual, and my bookmarks sell out seriously almost every time. I think one time my lavender bookmarks didn't sell out, and I probably had like 2 left, but other than that, sold out every time. So you obviously don't need the placemat for that, but I would recommend getting a book. And then also read the page of the book that you're putting out, because you don't want something scandalous or offensive open at your table. I would highly recommend making sure you read the page first. The book I use, just because it's purple hardback book that I have, is The Push. And I haven't read it yet. I bought it to read, and it just happened to work out perfectly for my market, so it sits in my bin now. But some of the pages can be a little bit crude and not cute, so you don't want someone reading your book while they're looking at the bookmarks. But anyways, just a little thought. Read the dang page before you set all your bookmarks out. So that's everything I have for you today, guys. Sorry, that was a lot of different stores, different stuff all over the place, but I like to switch my style up every now and then. And I think when you're getting things for $2 or $3, you can do it and not feel very guilty about doing it. Hopefully in my next video, I'll be showing you how I set up my booth at the market. I'm probably gonna do like a mock setup here in my house, show you how to do that without my plushies and crochet pieces on it, and then I'll show you how it came out at the show as well. So if you'd like that, let me know in the comments. I would love to do that video for you guys. Like I said, markets are just my passion. Setting up my market decor for a cheap price, just really something about it makes me feel so good. Like, I love when I go buy something and I come home and I'm like, and guess how much this was? $2. Like, it makes me so happy, but I just can't stress enough that your booth does not have to be expensive to look cute. I would highly suggest, especially in the beginning, not spending a whole lot of money. Honestly, starting off in the very beginning, it is very expensive. A lot of things rack up, have all kinds of things, and it really does start to add up. And so if you can save money somewhere, I highly recommend saving it where you can. And like I said, it doesn't have to look cheap and trashy just because you only spent $2 on something. Nobody knows. And if you make it look cute, you paint it, you give it a little facelift, who knows? It also just keeps your booth looking super unique. And I think it is fun for us too, as creators, to be able to switch designs up, switch things up. I like having a lot of pieces to do that with and work with. DIY things, reuse things, repurpose things in your home for your shows, use things on your off season to help you better store items as well. I think your booth setup is just a never ending process. And so maybe later in the year, if I accrue more things, I can do another video on what I've bought over the year and how much it cost me. So maybe that's something I'll do later on. But this is just my beginning of the year spring decor pieces. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely let me know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, go follow me on Instagram. I'm also Blondie Knots over there, and stick around because we're gonna have some fun spring market vlogs coming up, some Easter stuff, and I'm really excited about it. So thanks for joining me today if you made it to this point. So I appreciate you, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye!